What happens when the world's largest economy faces a new set of challenges with its trading partners? Well, the impacts aren't just felt in the US or China. Small island nations like Jamaica can feel the ripple effects too. As we move through 2025, let's dive into how the aftermath of Donald Trump's trade war with China, Canada, and Mexico will affect Jamaica today. We all remember the trade wars that started back in 2018, with former US President Donald Trump imposing tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. While the trade war has largely shifted to new issues and new leaders in the US and abroad, the effects are still very much alive, and they continue to reverberate here in Jamaica, especially in 2025. Trade wars don't just have short-term effects. The disruption to global supply chains caused by these trade disputes continues to haunt economies across the globe, including ours. Jamaica imports a huge portion of its goods, whether it's electronics, food, or raw materials. And when the cost of these goods rises, so does the cost of living here. Take China, for example. Although the US and China have made some strides in trade deals, tariffs on Chinese goods, especially electronics, still affect prices. Goods like smartphones, televisions, and computers have all become more expensive over the years due to the lingering impact of those trade barriers. And as Jamaica imports much of its technology and goods from China, Jamaicans are still feeling the heat at the checkout. But it's not just tech. We also import essential food items from China and other global suppliers. Tariffs on agricultural products have driven up food costs in Jamaica too. In fact, the price of basic staples, rice, flour, cooking oil, continues to rise as the global market adjusts to years of tariffs and trade disruptions. It's a lingering consequence of trade policies that started years ago, but still hurt the Jamaican pocket today. Now let's zoom out and take a closer look at Jamaica's relationship with the US. The United States is still our largest trading partner in 2025. The uncertainty created by the trade war created shifts in global supply chains. And it's not just big companies that felt it. Small businesses in Jamaica, too, are still navigating higher import costs and fluctuating trade terms. Jamaica's key exports, like bauxite and agricultural products, depend heavily on U.S. demand. In 2025, although we've seen some rebound in U.S.-Jamaican trade, there's still caution in the air. Global instability, including the lingering effects of the trade war, continues to make U.S. companies and investors hesitant, which could affect our ability to compete in international markets. And let's not forget tourism, another cornerstone of Jamaica's economy. Although tourism has recovered in some areas, the economic ripple effects from the trade war have had a long-lasting impact. Americans especially are traveling differently in 2025 due to the higher costs of living and a weaker economy back home. A decrease in U.S. tourist arrivals can trickle down to everything from hotel occupancy to spending in local shops, affecting the livelihoods of many Jamaicans. So, how do these lingering impacts affect you here and now? It's clear that the trade war wasn't just a flash in the pan. Its effects on global trade, on prices, on supply chains, on business opportunities are still being felt today in 2025. The cost of living in Jamaica has steadily increased, largely due to these global disruptions that began years ago. Jamaica may be small in size, but when global economies shift, we feel it too. The ongoing changes to trade agreements, tariffs, and international policies affect not just the big players, but small nations like ours that depend on imports and exports. So the next time you read about a trade negotiation, remember, those global moves don't just affect the US and China, they reach all the way to our shores. In 2025, Jamaica continues to adapt to these shifts. So, stay informed, stay aware, and always be mindful of how global events shape your day-to-day life. Because in a connected world, what happens across the ocean still impacts us all. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How have you felt the effects of the trade war here in Jamaica? And don't forget to subscribe for more. See you next time.